Degenerates Unite.
What's up, brother?
Oh, I'm good. How are you?
Better now. It's
Yeah,
the
you
week.
had to like nobody knows this, but you just put on a 10-minute hustle getting this set up together.
Yeah, man. As you can kind of tell, I'm rigged up here and in the kitchen of my new house. We're you know, I, plans keep changing with how I'm going to do my office. I've been just kind of trading off just like my setup, just kind of rigged up sorta, and um, I thought it was going to work with my laptop, and then it didn't. So I had to pull my regular PC over here and hook it up to a portable monitor, hook the camera up and mic up in like 10 minutes. So, but we're good now.
Tech stuff sucks.
Yeah, it does sometimes.
So we haven't done one of these in a while.
That's right.
So obviously we'll do trade recap, talk about actually got some good news for next week. I think that's cool as hell what's gonna happen next week.
Oh yeah, I think it is too.
And then I mean, first question of the day.
Oh yeah, early bird discounts.
I mean, we'll consider it. We'll consider it. I'm also considering lifetime memberships, subscribe for life. Just one big fat payment and then you got us for life. But we're weighing all options here.
Huge payment.
Yeah, man. We're weighing all options.
We're gonna tell them.
Tell them that we're weighing all options. Yeah. No, obviously, yeah. People thought I think we were serious. No, we're not doing.
We're never doing a paid room. We're totally kidding. We're fucking with everybody. It was a joke. I had a lot of people that thought we were serious though. So
I did receive some hate mail actually.
Did you?
Yeah. People were like, "Oh, you're the biggest hater, and now you're creating a room." And I was like, "Yeah, you can't beat them, join them." That was my response every time, but whatever.
Yeah, dude. I was saying like, yeah, man, it's either this or McDonald's for me, man. And people were like, "Damn,"
Yeah,
you're serious.
But anyway, I guess without further ado, do you want to do like trade review stuff first, and then do the announcement for next week towards the end?
Yeah. I mean, we can do it like that, however you want to do it. And if there's some questions and stuff, yeah. So sorry about the joke to everybody. I mean, we thought it was kind of funny, but yeah, we're not going to do a paid room.
Somebody did not text, DM'd me or whatever before this. I'm like, "Oh, you finally going to post some trades?" Like, I haven't been actively day trading. I've been swinging a lot more, mainly in the mid and large caps. I'm still in SMCI. I'm still holding that thing, which is cheap to hold because it's so expensive. So I don't have like 10,000 shares and a couple other things. And I think I've told you this. I've told some other people, but I've been digging into some two guys in particular. Twitterman for one. I really like some of his style that he trades on large caps, which is all technical based, but I like it, and I've been having success with it. And then I have been deep diving into Chris, and I've mentioned him before, Chris Camillo, however you say his last name. Yeah, I'm going further and further down the rabbit hole about that guy. I don't know, he intrigues the hell out of me, man. If I could like literally trade like that guy, I would never. I don't know. But anyway, no, I don't have any charts to show.
Well, I'll start that off then. Let's see here. Let me pull up a chart.
Plus, I'm maybe making some life changes, which I ain't gonna say it yet. I don't want to speak it until it's in existence.
That's right. Don't even do it. You gotta have it happen first. Hey, let's see here. What's up, Cruz? How you doing, man?
He said he's
Do what?
he said he's gonna sign up for our room.
Oh hell.
Oh.
Well, tell him that we're playing.
It should be on both, but don't quote me on that because we suck at this stuff.
Let's see here. All right. Trying to pull this up. Sorry, man. Me with my lagging setup. All
Ooh,
right.
do you have do you have that thumbnail ready for like next week's thing too that we can share towards the end? You ain't gotta worry about it right now, because if you don't, I can get it.
I don't have it right off the bat.
You're good. I can get it.
Here we go. Y'all see this?
Yeah, that big old loser trade there.
Yeah. It. Believe it or not, it was actually a pretty decent sized loss, man.
Well, the number aside and joking aside, like this is actually a good trade from a risk management perspective.
Yeah, I mean, I had to stop.
Yeah.
But like from this short in pre-market, I went pretty big, and I mean, I was up nice right here. It's a recent reverse split. I thought this was going to tank. I really did. And so,
Did Zach Morris pump this? Do you know?
I don't even know. I don't follow him. I probably
Yeah. Well, I know he's been on the reverse split pumps, to my knowledge.
Well, I don't know.
The YouTube channel should be trading unfiltered, and then I honestly don't know who's Mike. We haven't done one of these in forever, so it could be either one of us.
I'm sure it is mine, man. I am working with a ragtag setup over here right now because I threw it together in about 10 minutes before we started. I had some technical difficulties with my other setup, so this is just what I managed to scrounge together just before we were able to start. But I'm making it happen, and next week it'll be better. But yeah, I'll just go ahead and just show. I mean, I've been shorting a little more pre-market with another broker that we'll be announcing in a little bit. Yeah, the locates, they were, not great.
I heard all the locates, they were expensive.
Yeah, at Trade Zero and stuff, they were like 50 cents. I'm not paying that, but I mean, I'll pay the piper, man. I'm not too shy to pay, borrows and stuff, but I shorted here. I've been doing a lot of like recycles lately, but I thought that this was going to be a huge fader, so I didn't cover any. I was up quite a bit right here. Located a little more to add into the open, and then take a pretty, normal loss here. And I was like, it was a fake out. Get back in full size. Another pretty decent size loss. Like, it was pretty big. I should have just quit. I hit it all back again here, and then I got out when it started reclaiming, and then it did this. I was like, no, just don't even look at it. But it went on to do that. So
I was going to say, in hindsight, it looks like a clean exit.
I'm happy with it, man.
Hell yeah.
And I had a solid week, so I don't mind having a red Friday. I mean, I don't like going into the weekend red, but it's not that big of a deal. I did okay on futures. I think I saved some charts somewhere, but they're not on this computer. I think they're on my laptop.
To be honest, sometimes I forget you're still trading futures.
I don't talk about it.
Yeah.
And it's not something that I just do all day. You know what I mean? Like my strategy for futures is just I can really only trade it for like the first 30 minutes or so. So it's not like an all day type strategy. I don't know how some people do that.
I don't either. I like what you do in the mornings because after it's like they're so efficient, man. It's just chop chop, and unless you got some CPI or some crazy news, like that's tough.
Yeah, man, I know.
It seems tough from the outside looking in for my small brain.
Just in my opinion, like the like you said, the efficiency of futures, that they're extremely efficient. And I know there's a lot of people on Twitter that say, they figured it out, whatever, they know how to do it, this, that, and the other. But I mean, to me, it's they are too efficient. I can't.
Well, everyone on Twitter is also a millionaire trader, so there's that.
Every single one of them. Oh man, but yeah, I've had some questions about some of my like slight style change and things like that.
Yeah, so I was gonna ask you about that actually, because I'm glad you brought it up. 'Cause I probably would have forgot. But so used to, our styles were pretty similar, right? Like you would have a couple ins, couple outs. Um, but you now seem to be just a lot more arrows in general on both sides, ins and out. Well, mainly ins. Your outs are still kind of limited, but the amount that you're in seems to be a lot more. I don't want to say heavy. Maybe you're scaling more, adding to a winner more. I don't know what's changed.
Yeah, I mean that's sort of like what it is. Is I'm trying to use more size, and with that, it's I don't know. It's easier for me to scale in than to just one shot, and a lot of times I'll, like Jet was saying, he messaged me. He's like, "Hey man, I like the raccoon on meth charts that you got going on now." And I was like, "Man, look, it's really just because I'm trying to size up, and it's been like one of the just kind of a factor of how it looks for me trying to size up." And I was gonna say, too,
Yeah, you're saying
they're very efficient during most of the time. And that's just to kind of go back on that just for a sec. In my opinion, when I'm trading small caps, I'm looking for market inefficiencies. Like that's the only couple of setups that I have are from market inefficiencies. So in my opinion, with futures at the open, when the emotions are the highest, that to me is the most inefficient time. That's the only time I want to be trading futures. But I know that some people it's different. They've got like certain strategy or whatever that like playing into volume coming in and things like that, like a long setup maybe or whatever.
Or your boy Phil back in the day, he would just trade them all day with just lines, like trend lines.
Yeah, man. And well, Phil,
He just disappeared.
yeah, I think he blocked me or something.
I think he just deleted Twitter.
Maybe. I'm about to have a drink too. But here, I'll show a chart of a one that I, in hindsight, piked yesterday, but it was also because
You know what? One thing I want to mention too. Sorry, Cruz, also New Age Wall Street. I'm pretty sure I've seen him post on Twitter that he is also holding short SMCI. Brothers.
That's right. Oh yeah. One day I'll make it into the big leagues of trading those big caps like y'all. It's not my thing right now.
Well, I'm not going to sit here and act like I got 100,000 shares of SCMI under my belt. SMCI, yeah.
Well, hey, I mean, regardless, it's been a good trade.
I mean, anyway, I don't want to go off topic, but the volatility of that large cap is just insane. Yep. That's right.
It really is. I'm right now though, for me, I'm still sticking to, my stuff like this. ALLR.
That was a crazy fade.
it's a known dilution machine. Traded this name many times. Right when I woke up, the Barrows got expensive. I got them for 6 cents at like 7 o'clock our time, 7 a.m. I woke up and first thing I always do is look at the gappers on my phone, just on the Webull app, and I saw ALR and I was like, I went ahead and located the shares. And then I went ahead and put some on too. Took it off pretty quick.
Oh yeah, you were into that in pre-market pretty good, weren't you? Yeah, you were.
Yeah, like I went ahead and put on 1,000 shares here, and I think I held 500 of it through all this. So I was down like $300 or $400 right here. It might not have been that much, or 250, whatever it was. I covered a little bit right here. I wish. I mean, it doesn't even matter because the spade was so crazy. But I put on a little more here. I knew I didn't want to miss this one. And all of us guys like Dorian and stuff that our buddies that trade with us in the room.
Mm-hmm.
Not a paid room, by the way. It's just a regular room with some buddies. Just to readdress that, because I see we've got 84 people tuned in right now, and anybody that saw on Twitter that was a joke. I'm going to keep reassessing that was a joke. We're not really doing a paid room. But anyway, so put back on most of the size here. I located a little bit more shares, paid a little bit more. That's sort of what I've been doing too. Is I'm taking a little bit off, so if I see the opportunity, I might can add back. But unfortunately, I was 3/4 out right here.
Be hard not to be though after that fade.
I mean, that was already from here to here. That was already quite a fade.
Hell yeah, that's some major percentage points right there.
Yeah, dude, this was my best trade in weeks.
Was it the best trade? Was this in April or May? When was this?
This was in May. This was May.
Oh.
Or was this in April? Maybe it was in April. I don't remember.
The only reason I was asking, I was going to say, was it your best trade of all of April? Top 3?
I swung AGBA overnight. That was my best trade. I think that was my best trade this year, actually.
Oh, nice.
But yeah, this one was really solid. Not just trying to brag on it. I was happy about it. This ended up going to $1.14 in regular trading hours. So yeah, that was like my lotto. My lotto.
You said it went to $1.40 or $1.14?
14.
Holy shit!
It went red on the day.
That's insane.
Yeah, I think it went sub $1 in after hours. It was unreal, man. But yeah, that's just kind of obviously this was a badass fader. But besides that, I piked it. Even for me, I piked that, and I usually can hold stuff. I don't know why I piked it so hard, but it was definitely a week maker. And just because a few people have asked me why I'm using so many arrows now, and why I'm hotkeying in and out so much, it's basically just because of the size adjustment. I'm just working on using more size, and I'm trying to not adjust my I'm still trying to keep my risk levels pretty tight, so it's easier for me to take off some and put it back on, when it's I'm not going to say that I'm some kind of like, guru guy that can just read the tape and blah, blah, blah. But, just more reactionary, just watching the behavior, how it's playing out, if I'm wanting to put more on, depending on what I'm seeing in the price action. And that's all tape and stuff is too, really is just price action.
Yeah. This was clean. It was a clean trade overall. Everything about it, really.
Thanks, man. and not all of them are like this. You know, I'm still doing some trades that look like they like my paras. They still look a lot of my para plays still look pretty good. Like this was a solid para play. I'll share.
Not that I want to be overly biased because that would be unfair of me. And maybe I am being biased here. But there's not a lot of guys that still post para trades regularly that I see. There's some, but I feel like you take post and trade paras about as well as anybody I've ever seen.
Well, I appreciate it, man. I'm never gonna quit taking paras, and no, I don't. Cruz, I don't. I'm not opposed to it, but I would like I'll put it to you this way. Like I would share my screen with you, but with the size I'm trying to put on, not that I'm like putting on 50,000 shares or anything like that on a $5 stock, but like I'm trying to size up a little more, and I don't want to broadcast what I'm doing live.
It's a lot of pressure too.
It's a lot of pressure, and it's I don't want somebody to fuck me, you know what I mean? Like, because I'm shorting, you know what I mean? I'm never going long, so like all I'm doing is shorting. But like you or like one person, if we were talking or hanging out or something, like I would trade in front of you, or I would oh, okay, yeah, well,
Yeah.
hey,
I think something that maybe you could do, or me, but you're still actively trading the small caps, especially the pairs. You got OSB. Like you could always record your screen just throughout the day, take those snippets, and then play it back and talk through the video some too.
yeah, I'd gladly do that. And I'll even let me see. I'll show. Let me
Because then it's like you're not doing it live. Some of the pressure's off, but then you can catch the snippet, run it back, talk through it. You know what I mean? It's kind of like a best of both worlds, somewhat.
let's see here.
Yeah, I bet it is hard to
Oh
teach
yeah,
and trade
man.
live at the same time.
And
I've been
I
seeing
don't.
your purple
I have no,
candles.
yeah, I have no desire to like to teach anybody. I'll like help anybody out that like wants you know advice or something. But like I really, I'm not trying to. I don't think that I'm gonna necessarily erode my edge by sharing my strategy a little bit, but here I'll show this. Here's a little something I sent somebody. It's just I show these in our rooms sometimes, because ever since the whole Morg thing, when that dude got caught, not that I don't think my charts look like Morg's by any means, like
Nobody's charts look like more.
I'm some of my stuff's kind of crazy, I'm getting some like top ticks sometimes, but like a lot of my entries are, I might have put on 300 shares here, but I put on 2,000 shares here, so it's like my average might not be great, so it's like
Yep.
and just whatever. But you can see my executions here. Sure, I could probably
I remember us saying a long time ago that we should start posting charts with basically what you have right there.
Yeah, like with the timestamp. You can see the route. I
Arca for the win. I love me some Arca.
Yeah, dude, Arc is the best route. I don't know. I use some rebate routes, and you can get, if you add liquidity, you can get.
Ooh, and while I'm thinking about that, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off, but people rave about that book map. You know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
And it's supposed to show in-depth stuff, and I'm sure it's great. It looks like it could be great, but I have also heard that it does not include anything routed through Arca. That's
What?
why I've always hesitated to use it. Now, maybe somebody can comment and say otherwise or whatever, but I've heard that they don't include Arca in their data, which for me was a major. And it, I don't know. Some people swear by it and love it, and yada yada. But I don't know. That's just what I had heard. Anyway, yeah.
But yeah, I prefer Arca just because it's fast, it's reliable. If you, I mean, there's like super cheap routes and stuff too. Like I play around with routes all the time. But for me, like a lot of times I try to add liquidity, but sometimes you have to take liquidity, But I mean, you get your commissions or whatever, you get your rebate, you get paid, if you add liquidity on Arca. So, I mean, I might have whatever $60 or $30, whatever of or up to 100 of what I paid, but I might make 80, or sometimes I'll make more from adding liquidity. It just depends. And I mean that to me, when you're talking about $100, $200 when you're trading, I mean, like unless you're trading really small, but I mean, I'm not trading huge either. I don't mean it like that, but it's like when you're talking about $50, $100, like I don't really care.
So no Archon Bookmap. Cruz said the same thing. Brian said no Archon Bookmap. Cruz, I'll ask you about that, but I'm like, as far as buying your own data and Connect now, I'm not sure exactly what you mean, but that was always my hesitation with Bookmap, is if it doesn't include Arc. I know that's a major route. Like, I don't know how much data is really going to be I don't know. It could be irrelevant. Maybe I'm overthinking it, but that's just.
I don't know. That sounds like it'd be a pretty big deal because I mean, most of the time I'm using Arca.
I mean, I got hotkeys specifically for Arca, and I pairs. Obviously, I'm not always able to use Arca and add liquidity, but anyway.
Yeah, man. Sometimes with pairs, like I'll just use literally. If I have to mark it in, I will. I don't care what route it is. Like just whatever gets me in. I don't care if I have to take liquidity. I had somebody saying to me, well, sometimes I was saying speed is everything with my paraplays most of the time, and they're like, well, speed's not always everything. I'm like, no, with a paraplay, speed.
Yeah, if you're not quick on that para trigger, you'll miss the trade. They're fast.
You'll either miss the trade, or you'll be forced to chase, or there's a million bad things that can happen with, an incorrect, entry on a para. But like, I mean, I don't know. Like I want my paras to look like that Zap trade that I showed earlier.
That was a nice one.
And that, I mean, I felt like I almost chased into that a little bit, but like I knew when you trade them enough, you can tell from the price action what they're probably going to do. I'll share this one too, just because I know how much you like the swing stuff, and this is like probably the first swing I've done all year on AGPA. This was on the last day of April because it showed up as the profit. It showed up as the full realized on my prop reports for May 1st.
Gotcha.
So I swung some overnight, and to be honest with you, I didn't make any more money. In fact, it cost me a little bit. Not. I mean, I still realized like what I was, gonna make, but paid overnight fees, and where I got out, I didn't really. Luke Bryan, hey, I'll take that as a compliment, man.
Ladies love Luke Bryan.
Yeah, or at least they did like 10 years ago or longer.
Now it's all like Morgan Wallen and all that.
That's right. I'm about to start throwing chairs off roofs and shit.
For real.
But yeah, man, this was
nice. This was another crazy fade.
Dude, yeah, God, man, they put it on. It got heavy, and that was it.
And this is a name that I feel like we've traded numerous times too. Like Agba, I feel like this is a familiar name.
This is the Paul brothers pump deal. Dorian, he could explain it a little better, but I don't remember what exactly. Dorian he put a long spill in our room about it, explaining everything.
I remember that. He's really good with filings and stuff.
Yeah, dude. I love. Hold on, buddy. We'll talk in a little bit, okay? But yeah, he's good. He's really smart. That's why he's the moderator of our paid room.
He's a smartass too, and I love that.
Just kidding. But yeah, nah, he is. He's funny. Oh man. But oh, I just saw that. Yeah, that's right. That old song he's got.
I used to hunt a lot. I don't hunt anymore.
Dude, ever since I had kids, I am not really big into it anymore.
Same.
I'm just.
Do you have more charts, or was that the last chart you had?
I mean, I can show something else.
Because I was gonna just leave off on that. The thing, but I want to do it at the end.
Yeah. I mean, I could show another loser. Like this is a pretty decent loser.
I love a good loser.
Yeah, and I didn't post it on Twitter. I ended up actually winning on this later in the day. I don't usually do that.
Yeah, you usually like I've always noticed, or we've talked about it a lot, but usually
if it doesn't work,
right after 9-10 o'clock, yeah, you're wrapped up.
Yeah, it was the worst thing you can do, honestly. Really, I had some house money on the day, so it was like, this is a pretty decent little loss here, but like I cut it right where I wanted to, It was
well, in hindsight, it's like another good cut.
Oh, this thing went up to like something like, I don't remember, $6 or $7.
So
can you give me just a sec?
Yeah, do your thing.
I'm sorry. One
you're
sec.
Good. Do your thing. This is what happens. No, you're good. Do your thing. This is what happens when you have kids. Unfortunately for him, his are young and disruptive. Mine are old and also disruptive, but old enough to know to stay the hell out of the office. So with that, Cruz, I'm going to connect with you because I'm curious about that. I have noticed your purple power thing. That's awesome. And I was going to ask you too. Sellers actually said he was going to ask you. I don't know if he ever did ask you. And I don't know if you're even still listening, but he was going to ask if you're, I don't know where you put the algo thing at, but your algo, I believe you said your algo works on futures. He was going to ask you about that, but I don't know if he ever did.
Dude, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. I was talking with Cruz. I don't know if Cruz is still listening. I was asking him about his, he's got that purple power algo that I've seen him post about, mainly in like large caps, but I feel like he posted something about it with futures, and I asked him if that was valid. But anyway.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I look outside. My son was in here earlier, my oldest son. I look outside because my wife is on a walk with our neighbor, with my baby son, and my oldest son is out there standing on the sunroof of my wife's car. So
nice.
Yeah, I was pissed.
He said it's decent. Purple power algo is decent with futures.
Nice.
It's got to be tough, man, because they are so inefficient.
Yeah, like I was saying earlier, man, my futures strategy.
It's exclusively futures right now. I didn't know that.
Okay. Well, like I've said with my future strategy, man, it's just based around the open. It's pretty simple. Uh, I'm just really I'm waiting for either like I'm just trading a short term reversal is all it is. It's either long sided or short sided. I'm waiting for the first. I like it uh, when it's on the short side. You know, when it's an ass load of green candles just up. RSI is like way up high. I always talk about it. I know it's a lagging indicator, but I like RSI especially for futures. You know,
Yeah.
just big, just huge push up, and then first first big wick or first candle to open red or right under that wick, I'm shorting it with one or two contracts on NQ, and then I'm going for like 5, maybe 10 points. You know, make a few $100, and then I'm log off. That's it. That's all I do. I don't do any more than that. Because and if it doesn't work, like one, two, maybe 3 times, you know, I try to keep the risk pretty tight. That's all I do with futures. I'm no futures expert by any means.
The algo's futures only, but I have the indicator on TradingView. Give me a ticker that went up crazy today. What's the ticker that went nuts today?
It was the one that I lost on.
SGBX.
SGBX. Yep. It went.
SGBX.
Yeah. It in pre-market. It hit. It was. I shorted it around $4.30, and it ended up going to $9. Hey, what's up, man? Glad you tuned in. We talk on Twitter all the time.
I've drank a beer before called Sneaky Pete, and it is sneak up on you.
Oh, yeah, that's right. I kind of like the ones that'll sneak up on you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he. Remember when I was sending you pictures yesterday of like what I wanted to do for my new office, and I showed you that setup that had like 8 32-inch monitors.
Is that him?
Yeah.
Well, Sneaky Pete, you have a sick setup.
Cheers, brother.
Yeah, that setup was nice. That he had, or that you sent me.
Yeah, it was cool. I think he said he actually upgraded to 4K monitors and went down to 27s because, you know, I've got several. Let's see here. Did I manually cover? Yes, I did. Yeah, most of my covers are manual covers. I don't really use. I use stop losses. Damn, did my camera just turn off?
Yes, it did.
That's weird. Let's see here.
Oh, he said it was too many monitors for him. He's only using 4 now.
Oh hell, I need all the monitors.
Rickety jury rig setup.
Hey, it came back on though, didn't it?
Yeah, it did. You're good.
Yeah, dude, I had to rig this thing up. Like, I don't know what in the world happened. And this is my good camera too. Like, it's a Canon.
Oh yeah, that legit camera.
Yeah, it's a DSLR, like a real camera with like, you know, it's got you know, you can put different lenses on it and stuff. It's a nice camera. I mean, you can do like cinematic quality stuff with it, or you know, you're supposed to be able to. I've had it for probably 3 or 4 years. It's one of the Rebel something, Canon Rebel, whatever. But anyway, yeah, it does good.
Thinking of stop loss for initial entry only, something to get me out quick when wrong. First, me exiting later than my stop would.
Yeah, I mean, and that, man, I think that's really just personal preference because somebody that's like a good friend of the show, Sam Trades Turbo, he was telling me like pretty much all of his stop losses are like he sets them, you know, because he was saying like he just won't or can't bring himself to stop out a lot of times. He'll
Yeah, if I trade pairs, if the hotkey will execute me, really the only time I use that ultimate hotkey, where it like gets you in, set your stop and your target like all on one button.
yeah.
Um, I'll do that on pairs. Otherwise, I would have that problem too of not wanting to stop out on a pair, which can get real stupid, real dangerous, real quick.
Man, and I'm not saying that I'm just the greatest at it. That's part of why with me, going bigger with my size now. I have hotkeys on my keyboard. I'm gonna get a Stream Deck. My wife says she's gonna get me one here soon as a present. And I'm gonna do it when I have my new office and stuff. But I'm going. If let's just say if my size was, I don't know, 1,000 shares, a lot of times I might be going 100, 100, 100, or 50, 50, 50. Like I might be starting like 50, 50, 50, 50, and then I'm doing 100. When it gets closer to where it's like this is where I feel like I'm really wanting to put it on. Let's see.
Yeah, I get that.
And I mean that's why for me, it's like I've been using bigger size lately myself. So I mean, 10,000 shares might not be a lot to some people. It might be. Just it depends on what the price of the ticker is. I mean, if you're trading 10,000 shares of a $20 ticker, I mean, it's a lot of damn money. But if you're trading 10,000 shares of a 4-cent stock, it might not be.
Yeah, I think the main thing though, once you're sized in to whatever your size is, and you're in full size, like you don't want to be wrong because and I think it is what it is. People say forget about the P&L, and I get it, but like when you're full size, you think about the potential P&L swing one direction or the other, and sometimes you fixate on that, and it can be hard to be wrong.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh yeah. A Logitech keyboard. That's pretty cool. My old keyboard's a Logitech. I'm just using a junky one right now. Over there, buddy.
I love it.
I'm sorry.
You're about to have another one running around here before too long. Like he'll be running before long.
Yeah, he's as 2 days ago, he's 6 months old. My youngest. But yeah. I'm not trying to be mean and oldest, but he knows what I'm doing right now.
Right.
He's just trying to. Anyway, yeah. I like the Stream Decks and stuff. I'll probably do that for hotkeys. It'll be something to get used to, though. I mean, I manually put in limit orders too, like with my mouse and stuff as well. So I mean, and a lot of times my covers are. I like to say that they're semi-systematic because I have set spots and reasons that I have covers, so I have orders sitting all the time, and that you're adding liquidity or whatever, so it's a good thing, right? Wouldn't you say?
Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna wonder if I can. I'm gonna try to. Do you have another trade to show? One more?
I mean,
actually, you know what? Here, I was gonna let me see if I can share something.
I don't really have any. I mean,
no, you're good.
I'm gonna see other trades this week, but I mean, it was a really good week. I'll say that. Oh yeah, is that from Fruits?
Yeah, so he just posted this, and I wanted to show it. This is his the purple power candles that he has. So when they turn purple, it looks like that's the buy, right? Or that's when you should buy, and then when it is done being purple, that's like a sell point or whatever. But anyway, the gist of it is on this ticker here, this SGBX, like it pretty much nailed it.
It really did.
Like, I mean,
That's pretty solid.
Yeah, I mean, it caught 2 nice chunks of that for I mean, damn, the first one caught it for basically 2 points, the second one caught it for point and a half.
Yeah, that's pretty damn good. I mean, I'm sure this has got to be um, like big time volume based and things like that.
Yeah, that's nice.
That's
Well
cool.
done, Cruz, well done.
Yeah. Hey, I mean, and that's pretty much it. I was after that. Um, you can. I mean, it kind of goes with the way I traded it too. You know, like I'm stopping out into not the bottom of that purple one, but you know, right up over it. But hey, no, I mean it's more than decent. It's awesome.
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah, I mean I'd like to see it, in action one day. Um, the I my trading's semi discretionary, semi systematic. But like I mean, I'm I'm not I'm I like that. It's pretty cool. Hey, yeah, we appreciate you sharing it with us, man. It's a pretty cool little algo. I mean, it
That
really
is.
is. It I mean, it like you said, name the top ticker of the day, and it showed it. I mean, that would have called it if that if that triggered, that would have been solid. I mean, and even from a short perspective, I'm probably not going to long anything. You know what I mean? But like
That's what I
even
was gonna say, yeah, from the short perspective, like, if they light up, like, you could
yeah, I
not
mean,
short.
I've got my that the I've got something kind of similar I use, but I won't get into that. Uh, but yeah, man, that's pretty cool. I like it, and I appreciate you sharing it with us.
Yeah, so we're, creeping up on an hour. Do you wanna go ahead and drop the thing for next week?
Yeah. So, all right, I'll start off by saying, we've always been pretty upfront about, our favorite broker has always been Cobra. Uh, we like the people there. Chad, he's always been a really cool guy. So this really isn't even in the same realm as them. This is more for uh, the guys that are under PDT. Um, if they can't use Cobra for whatever reason, I recently opened an account with these guys. They're called Ocean One Securities. They've been in the game for a while longer than you would think, but they weren't catering to retail for. I think they've been around since the '90s, but they weren't catering to retail up until this past year. Uh, and Michael here, he's got a route on there, and he tailors the route. He works for them. Really knowledgeable guy. He's been in the game for a long time. We're gonna have him on the show on Thursday of next week. Um, he's gonna come on and pretty much just give everybody an explanation. Like I said, I opened an account with them in February, I think it was, and
Yeah, about that.
yeah, it's you can open an account with, I mean, it's a tiny amount of money. Uh, I've I've had as little as $1,000 in there. I've had, as much as like, 5, 10 grand. It's but they're legit. From what I can tell, and from me using them now for like 2 months, I've still got my Cobra account. I'm just also using this because I wanted to. Honestly, I got jealous of Chin on Twitter doing these crazy moves with a tiny account, making it huge, and so I was like, I want to do something like that too. But I do have they have a broker max loss setting. You can hit up Michael, or what he goes by, Narf, on Twitter. I mean, not Twitter, excuse me, Discord. Uh, and if you open an account with them, they can help you out, whatever. We are not affiliated with them though. Just throwing that out there too. There's no affiliation. I'm not really trying to advertise for them. Just kind of like we said with the whole paid room stuff. We're not doing that, and we're all about just kind of doing this for fun, and that's why we do it.
And that is 7 p.m. market time. So
Yeah,
like 6 p.m. Central, whatever your time zone be.
yeah.
FYI.
Everybody pretty much goes by market time, so 7 p.m. market time.
Hmm.
What's up, brother? I appreciate you tuning in.
Yes, sir. But yeah, it's just like you said, you've had tons of questions about it. Guys have asked about it in the room, so it'll be live. So
Endless
like people can
questions.
jump on and ask questions like right there in the moment, or send us stuff on Twitter or comment in YouTube or just whatever. Like you can ask us to ask him specific questions ahead of time, or just jump on live and like throw your stuff out there, and I'm sure he's gonna answer everything thrown at him.
Yeah, exactly. And I've had like I was telling you two earlier, Craig. I've had I cannot tell you how many people have been asking me in depth questions about this place, about this brokerage, and I've answered an ass load of questions. And just to be frank, I'm honestly tired of answering everybody's questions. This this dude is the guy who's gonna answer your questions. He literally works for them, and you'll have to have him as a contact if you are using them. Just like you have to have whoever at whatever brokerage. I mean, if you day trade, you know the guys' names at the brokerages
Hmm.
that you talk to. You know what I mean? Like it. That's going to be like your contact. Like, hey, I want to adjust my daily max loss. Hey, I want to change my leverage, whatever. He can handle all that. But yeah, they cater to small accounts. That's what I'll say. They cater to small accounts. They're located in the Bahamas, and we are not affiliated with them. But I do have an account with them, and I trade with it just about every day, and it's been pretty awesome. I'm not gonna lie.
It's
Uh,
always good to have multiple brokers too, just from a perspective of the locates. I mean, we all know locates with small caps is one of the worst parts about it. Either you can't get the locate, or they're stupid expensive or whatever. So just having multiple options is always is helpful. Ain't nothing. I mean, can't
exactly, man.
hurt.
Yeah, I mean, and even for the guys that have bigger accounts, and they're like, this if this isn't if you don't need this, I mean, you don't have to do it. But in my opinion, why not do it? You can have a PD, an account that's not restricted by PDT with, you know, I think you can open an account with them with as little as like $500, and they're not really looking. From what Michael has told me, he likes Chad from Cobra. He knows all these guys. He's been in the game for a while. They're not looking to compete with Centerpoint, Cobra, whatever. They're looking to basically compete with Trade Zero and CMEG, which all I can say about CMEG is they fucking suck. They're the worst fucking broker ever.
Glad you said it.
Yeah, they're worse than Trade Zero, man. Like you have to pay
Unless
like
you kill the trade, you can't make money.
hell no. Like there was a time where I grew a small account back over PDT to get. I had to use CMEG, and this was back in like 2022 when uh, it wasn't when I had like blown up, but I think I took like a 10K hit on an account that was only at like 30 grand or something like that. And I grew an account back over PDT, and I kept like 5 grand in there for a little while, but the fees were just outrageous, man.
Oh yeah, it's terrible.
I shouldn't even be bad mouthing anybody public, but like we don't really have any affiliation with them, so who cares? I mean, I don't know what they're going to do about it. Um, and
Nothing.
Trade Zero sucks too. But these guys, Ocean One Securities, they're badass, and I have successfully been able to wire in and wire out, and I posted it in our room. And which, by the way, anybody that's been on here long enough, I say that we got 160 on here earlier. There was only like 100 or 120 when I mentioned this earlier, but That was a joke about the paid room thing. Once again, it was a joke. And if anybody is interested in trading with us, you can holler at us. Um, we we do have a Discord room. We don't charge for it. I mean, we are being a little more selective now with. I mean, at first it was like a free for all, just letting a bunch of people in. We ended up getting some like scammers in there, so we had to make it to where it wasn't just like an open, revolving door. Um, you can hit us up. Um, I'm in there trading every single day, all day, pretty well, except for today. Take a pretty hefty loss in the morning. I'm like, all right, peace, I'm going.
It's called discipline, folks.
Yeah, I mean, you got to, man, or else you'll ruin it. Oh
So yeah, that'll be
dude,
tomorrow, or not tomorrow. I remember Sure Trader. They're gone.
Yeah,
I think they're gone.
Yeah, they're gone. That was the one you could like load up with your credit card, dude. That was crazy. Man. Terrible. But yeah, we'll have Michael, aka Narf, on the show.
It'll be Thursday instead of Friday.
Yeah, Thursday instead of Friday. And I was gonna say we might even, I don't know, I've considered, we used to do the show on Thursdays, and it seems like Fridays there's always like at least once a month there's some kind of detrimental event in the markets on Fridays, it seems like. And I won't throw anybody out, but we did a video a while back, and it was supposed to be on a Friday, and we were supposed to have a ton of people hop on, and there was like one or two like black swan type moves.
Oh, that's right.
And
that's right.
We ended it was supposed to be like 8 guys or something like that, and then only like 2 of them decided to come on, and we were talking to a few of them. We were like, man, what's going on? Are y'all not gonna come on? And they're like, man, I had a terrible day. I don't feel like it. So I mean, I get that though. I didn't have a good trading day either, but like, I mean, it's just probably like I'd say like an eighth of my week taken out. I mean, it sucks, but whatever.
Yep. Well, all right. We are at an hour. Covered a lot of stuff. Next Thursday we'll have the Q&A. So there won't probably be any. No, there won't be. There won't be enough time. Ain't gonna be no trade review next week. It'll just be straight up Q&A with that guy. Which hopefully there's a lot of questions because you've already fielded a ton of them. So hopefully people ask him these questions.
Yeah. I mean, and, maybe we can throw in a little bit of trade review or something. I don't know. We'll see.
See how it goes. But yeah, man, we're at an hour. We appreciate y'all. I don't know. Hopefully we'll start doing this more regularly. Got a lot of shit going on. You've been moving. You're still getting office set up. My kids are that's why Fridays have been hard for me. Kids into sports and all this stuff now, and it's like every day it's something, man. It's been tough.
Yeah, dude. I know. But one way or another, we're gonna make this a regular thing again.
Yeah, just bear with us just a little bit.
Sneaky Pete, brother. You have a good weekend too.
Yeah, man. Well, all right. On that note, I think we're good, right?
That's right.
All right. Appreciate y'all. Holler at you later.
Absolutely.
Peace.
Peace.